Earth. This is Earth, and this is our current situation. And this happens when we don't take care of it. So, what can we do to stop or decrease climate change? So, we can listen to Pope Francis' encyclical Laudato Si. So, a few years ago, he released an encyclical called Laudato Si, which is the care for our common home. This is wherein Pope Francis addresses to every person living in this planet for an inclusive dialogue about how we are shaping the future of our planet. Pope Francis calls the Church and the world to acknowledge the urgency of our environmental challenges and to join him in embarking on a new path. This encyclical is written with both hope and resolve, looking to our common future with candor and humility. So, a thing that I can relate to from the document is the paths of youth. It is said to call us to enjoy the present, take pleasure in small everyday blessings, and because our world is filled with beauty. Yes, I agree, the world is full of wonders and beauty, but how can we appreciate it while we experience a degrading world? Some things that we can incorporate is learning from Jesus and his dialogue. We always should ask ourselves, what would Jesus do? So, in relation, we can share fraternal communion, not by ourselves, but with others that can lead to the care for our environment. What can we do that is sustainable? So, the first one that I can think of is avoiding fast fashion. So, the fast fashion industry or the fashion industry is the second largest source of pollution in the world and produces a whopping 500,000 tons of microplastics each year. So, a simple resolve that I personally do to decrease a carbon footprint is buying from old thrift shops and sellers of old clothes. Wearing old clothes can be sustainable. Since most old clothes are created for a long time use, it can be very durable. So, example of mine is my vintage clothes that are almost 10 to 20 years old that I still use almost on a day-to-day basis. So, the example of this is this t-shirt. This shirt is almost 20 years old and I still use it. So, the second one would be avoid using plastic. Plastic requires an enormous amount of energy and resource. So this, and as a result, causes carbon emission and contributes to global warming. Another fact would be recycling plastic is not efficient since only 9% of plastic ever produced has been recycled. So a example of this is instead of using or drinking from plastic bottles, we can use water containers like water jugs and flasks like this one. This one is all used almost on a day-to-day basis and it helps me in being sustainable and reducing my carbon footprint. So reusing. So in the common household, we can reuse paper bags that we have. The thing about being sustainable is that we can use some bags that we know, like we're using old plastic bags and paper bags. Another one would be using tote bags. So using tote bags such as this ones can help decrease in using the single-use items such as plastic that we usually throw away. So in this way, we can help in being sustainable for an environment and save money while doing it.